nationwide. Berberine Plus. Your heart deserves better.
Shame! 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 On those who protect dancers.
Protesters call for Prime Minister to speak out as they demand justice for Kaya Sealy and Joshua Samaru. Charges laid in the killing of Angelo Tobias. His mother is now free from custody.
Coming up in sport, Queen's Park crowned the kings of TNT cricket after crushing Marching Patriots to complete a dominant domestic double.
Good evening, I'm Bhavita Gopal-Chan and this is the weekend news here on CNC3. Relatives and friends of Joshua Samaru and Kaya Sealy took their frustration to the steps of the police headquarters today, rallying for justice. Armed with placards in their voices, they pushed back against criminal charges for the mother of one and are demanding answers from the Prime Minister and the Police Commissioner to step down. Jan Levin and Gary Vincent bring you this story.
Shame! 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 On those who protect dancers.
Under the watchful eyes of police officers, those gathered outside the police administration building are calling for the Prime Minister to lend her voice to their protests. They're saying this is their 15th protest and they plan to do 4 more, and that will not be the end of it. Fueled by frustration and armed only with placards and the demand for justice, relatives and friends of Joshua Samaru and Kaya Sealy are debunking not only the accusation that Sealy is an alleged shooter, they also don't believe Samaru's family is now in support of the notion that she is responsible for Joshua's death.
So let me be the first to say that the senior Mr. Samaru denying all allegations made in that article of saying any claims against Kaya being responsible for Joshua's death. Such interview and such words were never said by Mr. Samaru, but was somehow publicized by Guardian Media and released on social media for everybody to see.
Alyssa Phillip, who led the day's protest with the loudest voice, says the silence from the Prime Minister is deafening.
And to the Prime Minister of our country, we are sick and tired of the hide-and-seek games. You need to address your country. The nation is bleeding. Approximately 6 innocent children died within a span of 2 months under an SOE.
And just as they started, the protesters ended in prayer, calling on divine intervention to prevent what they say is further injustice at the hands of the police. Jensen Lavend, CNC3 News.
Now, the TDPS eventually brought the protest to an end, and shortly after they issued a statement saying officers acted under the emergency powers regulations after assessing that the gathering posed risk to public safety and public order. The TDPS said while protests are not prohibited under the state of emergency, all public gatherings must comply with SOE rules, and officers are empowered to disperse assemblies where safety concerns arise. On another note, former Police Commissioner Gary Griffith is questioning the rationale behind charging Kaya Sealy. In a social media post, Griffith said the charges can erode public trust and confidence in the police service. He said the way the officers approached the vehicle is not in keeping with proper training. He added that the fact that she was allowed to leave the country while being a supposed suspect is questionable. Also commenting on the charges is former Minister in the Ministry of Education, Dr. Lovell Francis. Now, Francis, who said he is a personal friend of the police commissioner, noted the intelligence of the public is being hugely insulted. He said the charges are suggestive of an emboldening of an extrajudicial modus operandi by the police, which must be stopped before it reaches a point of no return. Well, after more than a week in custody, 24-year-old Shannon Miller has been charged with the murder of little Angelo Tobias Plaza. His mother, Khalifa Tobias, has been released. Well, as Goodwood, Tobago grapples with the loss of an innocent child, residents walk throughout the village calling for peace and the hope the 2-year-old's body could be recovered. Stefan Nicholas has been following this story and brings us the latest.
Tobago took the first step towards healing today as a peace walk was held for 2-year-old Angelo Tobias Plaza. Less than 12 hours earlier, police confirmed Angelo's stepfather, Shannon Miller, was being charged for his murder. Meanwhile, police say Angelo's mother, Khalifa Tobias, is now free from custody. But Angelo's body is yet to be found. Assemblyman Wayne Clark says Angelo's death hit home as his brother was murdered a few years ago. He said Tobago must stand against all forms of violence.
Today we know it's for little Angelo, tomorrow it could be for you and I, so we don't have to wait until you are personally affected to get involved. You have to get involved because it's about a cause and we all have to support each other as an island, as a country.
The peace walk was followed by an interfaith service which included representatives from the Christian and Hindu communities. Baptist preacher Nicole Thomas said she was disappointed with the turnout, but said where 2 or 3 are gathered, God is present. She urged villagers to not let murder harden their hearts, telling them leave vengeance to God.
Let us not allow our own selfish thinking to cause us to create crime and to continue this cycle. It has to end right here. And so I call us as a people, just as the scripture says this morning, let us humble ourselves. Turn from our wicked. Let me tell you something. We are a wicked people.
Assemblyman Natasha Charles Panton says the tragedy has rocked Tobago. She's calling on the public to trust the police as they do their job. Stefan Nicholas, CNC3 News.
A man was shot dead just meters from Prime Minister Kamala Persaud-Bissasa's residence in Philippines last night. Police said 35-year-old Hollis Anthony Coilas, also known as Christopher, was at the Chill Barn Lounge shortly before midnight when he was called out to a vehicle and shot by 2 masked men. Family members described him as hardworking and caring, but said he had been fearful for his life after an altercation earlier this year. His sister, Crystal Coilas, questioned how such a brazen killing could happen so close to the Prime Minister's home and said the family is struggling to cope with the loss. Meanwhile, police are also investigating the shooting death of a man in Wallerfield. According to police, they received a report of gunshots at Brazil Road and later found the victim, who is yet to be identified. The man was wearing black short pants and a jersey and was wearing a pair of grey sneakers. He's of mixed descent and dark brown in complexion. And for tonight's People Say, we asked, do you have trust and confidence in the TTPS? Here's what some of you told us.
I had a job to do, and I'm doing it. 50-50%. Some of them good, some of them not good.
They're more corrupted than the UNC government, and it is very, very sad. Very, very sad.
To tell you the truth, 50-50.
What do you mean by that?
I mean by that, well, it have some of them else do the work, and it have some, well, it's play the fool sometimes, but down deep in my heart, I have family who is police, and them has worked damn hard.
No.
Why?
Because this country has a lot of problems, and the problems seem beyond the police service.
To some extent, yes.
Why? Why do you say that?
Well, in terms of danger, they are the last resort in terms of legal service.
Police service? Trust in God, police is man. Police is man. They'll make mistakes just like anybody else. They're not perfect. So you will have flaws in the police service, unless there's God.
Well, still to come in the news, Guardian Media investigates several social media influencers hide at WASA. We'll tell you all about that after the break.
Heart disease is the #1 cause of death in Trinidad and Tobago, driven by 2 silent threats, diabetes and high cholesterol. But now there's a powerful ally, introducing Berberine Plus by Asia Nutrition, clinically proven to stabilize blood sugar and keep cholesterol levels in check. With 99.9% pure extract, you get superior absorption and real results. Available now at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide. Berberine Plus. Your heart deserves better.
Win one of 100 shopping sprees. Super Mom, Super Dad, Super Wins sweepstakes is here at Possard's the Food King and Bright Ideas. This is your chance to shop, enter, and win weekly. Here's how you can win. Every time you spend $300, you get an entry form for your chance to win one of 100 shopping sprees. Plus, every Saturday during our live draws, you can shop, spin, and win instantly at any Possard's the Food King. Hurry! Promotion ends June 24th and is NLCB approved.
Quality value, that's our way. The real Possard's, we're here to stay. The Food King Possard's.
Extra, read all about it.
We are more than headlines, more than stories on a page.
The Trinidad and Tobago Guardian newspaper, your favorite national newspaper, is relaunching its community features section with one major focus in mind.
It's all about we Trinis.
We life and culture.
We heritage.
We health.
We food. We music.
We community.
We men.
We women.
We kids, yay!
Everything we love and adore. We are every part of Trinidad and Tobago. And now, We is a space where every reader sees themselves reflected. Introducing We, The Guardian's bold new celebration, a magazine dedicated to irresistible stories and features that celebrate the very best of Trini life. Our stories, our culture, our life.
Welcome back. A Guardian media investigation has found that 9 social media influencers were among hundreds of people hired or engaged by WASA after the April 20th general election. Sources say some were used by the Corporate Communications Department to respond to online criticism and defend government decisions. Elizabeth Gonzalez reports.
Watch them. We come to stay, and they see this squad will make sure that the UNC stay in power. So let them pat down now.
They were not listed on paper as an influencer unit, but sources inside WASA say that is what they became. Guardian Media found 9 social media influencers among 416 people hired or engaged by WASA between April 29th and November 30th, 2025. Their monthly salaries totaled around $85,000. The 9 included well-known personalities such as Stark Grimes, Natty Royal, Matara French, Mr. Miss, and Twiggy. Guardian Media reviewed videos showing some of them wearing WASA-branded shirts in offices and on project sites. In one video, some supported the government's $3.4 billion HDC contracts to 11 contractors. Contracts now under review by the Office of the Procurement Regulation. A WASA source said some of the influencers were placed around corporate communications to respond to online criticism. The source also alleged some were not qualified or useful to WASA's core work. When contacted for a comment, one of the influencers, Stark Grimes, said the issue was a pointless conversation because, in his view, many people were already working at WASA who were not qualified. An internal WASA recruitment report said post-election hires were needed to address manpower shortages across multiple departments, but it did not identify who selected or approved candidates, whether posts were advertised, or if interviews were conducted. Guardian Media found only 3 vacancies advertised within the last 13 months. Guardian Media obtained screenshots of a February 1st WhatsApp status of then-acting Human Resource Director Mervyn Gibson. The message, believed to have been posted in error, referred to 2 names sent by the CEO for immediate hire. It said the people were to be called on Sunday to report early Monday and start work. Gibson resigned the next day. In February, Guardian Media requested WASA's hiring records under the Freedom of Information Act, seeking recruitment documents and payroll details. But WASA passed the request from its FOIA officer to an external firm. WASA's external attorneys requested 42 more days to process Guardian Media's FOIA request without explaining the legal basis. While WASA said the matter involved operational, legal, and personnel issues under review. Public Utilities Minister Barry Padarath could not be reached for comment. Elizabeth Gonzalez, CNC3 News.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Well, carnival bands are still awaiting payment from the Ministry of Culture and Community Development for the 2026 carnival season. President of the Trinidad and Tobago Carnival Bands Association, Mark Iron, confirms payment is still outstanding when contacted earlier today. Now, Iron said, however, he would hold on giving a comment on the situation at least until the end of the month. The TTCBA president explained that a meeting was held with Minister Michelle Benjamin just over a month ago concerning the matter. According to Iron, at that meeting, the minister asked for 6 weeks to address the situation. The TTCBA had said that the six-week window would come to an end at the end of this month. Well, Agriculture, Land and Fisheries Minister Ravi Ratiram has promised to repair the Otahiti fishing facility in South Oropouche following a meeting with fisherfolk and a tour of the site on Saturday. Fisherfolk said the facility has been neglected for 10 years with dilapidated buildings, no electricity, and non-functional washrooms and storage facilities. The minister said the site requires major repairs. A ministry team will assess the works needed and will identify funding, but emergency repairs could start as early as Monday.
Well, I will tell you the work will start from first thing Monday morning. CTO has already given a commitment that we will meet with our PS and we'll try to see, in terms of identifying the funding that is going to be required for some emergency works, because from what I understand, the electricity has also been cut to the facilities. Having the facilities in the dark, fisher folks in and out of here, the fishermen leave in the night to go out to make a tide. So we need to have lights. We need to have proper lighting to start with. So it's a health and safety hazard.
Well, fishing vendors also raised concerns about regulations on the export of cutlass fish to China, saying the species is regarded as a pest locally because it drives away other fish and affects their catches and livelihoods. The minister assures the restrictions will be reviewed. Well, still to come in sport. After nearly 3 decades away, Queen's Park Football Club is finally back in Trinidad and Tobago's top flight.
It's Super Month End Savings, only at Passat's The Food King. Incredible deals on Santa Rosa Vienna Sausage, 4 tins, now $20. Golden Brand Margarine Stick, to 25 grams, 3 packs, now $20. Guiltless Yum Yogurt, 4 tubs, now $20. More wow deals on Sierra Chicken Fracks, 3 packs, now $20. Happy Charming Noodles, rolled or fine, 340 grams, 3 packs, now $20. Lucozade Energy, 360 ml, 2 bottles, now $20. Fresh Harvest Chana and Brine, 3 tins, now $20. More super savings on Moo low-fat evaporated milk, 250 ml, 4 packs, now $20. Blue Sea Tuna Flakes in water and oil, 4 tins, now $20. Cataly Tomato Ketchup, 3 packs, now $20. Sale ends June 7th or while stocks last.
Quality value, that's our way. The real Bursides, we're here to stay. The Food King Bursides.
Dress like you mean business. At The Working Woman, we bring you stylish, professional looks made for the modern woman. From casual to formal workwear, we've got your professional wardrobe covered.
Food Basket Marketplace, Arima, Shogwana, Shafle, and Goville. Everyday low prices. Clean and white bleach, 950 ml, $15. Blue Waters Cran Water, 1 liter, 2 for $15. Hibiscus all-purpose flour, 2 kilograms for $15. Fox May cornmeal, 340 grams, $15. From fresh produce to pantry essentials and household items, visit Food Basket Marketplace, Arima, Shogwana, Shafle, and Goville. Food Basket Marketplace, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right.
Visit Tire Clinic Marketing, New Truck and OTR Tire Service Center at number 30 and 32 Montrose Main Road, Chabonas. Call today at 665-8973 or 672-3419. Alignment services available. Tire Clinic Marketing, Truck and OTR Service Center. A tire for every need.
In the ever-changing media landscape, we at Guardian Media strive always to put you, our viewers and readers, first.
We strive to uphold the time-honored tenets of responsible journalism.
For us, accuracy is key.
And in our reporting, we strive not only to be first, but fair,
impartial,
and to uphold journalistic integrity.
Above all, we are accountable to you, and we must respect the views of our audience. That is our solemn contract with you.
Keen attention to detail,
rigorous verification of facts,
use of credible sources, and sound editorial judgment.
Keep track of our editorial policies and guidelines, including our corrections policy, by logging on to www.guardian.co.tt for more.
Welcome back. Bowling off tonight's action, New Iron Queen's Park completed a dominant domestic season last night, capturing the T20 Festival title with a commanding 51-run victory over Best Motors Marchand Patriots at the Queen's Park Oval. Rajiv Surat has more.
The Parkites added the T20 crown to the Premier Division League title they secured earlier this year, sealing an impressive domestic double. Batting first, Queen's Park piled up a massive 245 for 4 from their 20 overs, powered by a sensational innings from Kadeem Allen. The explosive opener blasted 116 off just 53 deliveries, smashing 11 fours and 9 sixes in a breathtaking display of power hitting. He shared a huge 179-run opening stand with former West Indies batsman Andre Fletcher, who contributed 49. Tion Webster, Terence Hines and Mikel Govaya then added late runs to push the total beyond the Patriots' reach. In reply, Marchand Patriots suffered an early setback when CPL selectee Camille Puran was dismissed first ball by Terence Hines. Adrian Ali fought back with 61, while Kirsten Kalicharan made 43, but the target proved too steep. Mikel Govaya and Allen both grabbed 2 wickets as Queen's Park restricted the Patriots to 194 for 7 to seal another major title in a memorable season for the Darren Bravo-led club. Rajiv Surat, CNC3 Sport.
To football now. For the first time since the 1990s, Queen's Park Football Club is heading back to the top flight of this country's football. Rajiv Surat explains the situation in Tier 2.
The Parkites confirmed their return to Tier 1 of the Trinidad and Tobago Premier Football League on Saturday with a commanding 6-0 victory over Central Soccer World in Division 1 of Tier 2 competition. The emphatic win sparked celebrations among players, officials and supporters as one of the country's oldest sporting institutions secured promotion back to the elite level of local football. Although Queen's Park still has 1 league match remaining against leaders at TNT Police, the club's elevation was confirmed due to the league's promotion rules. Because Police already has a team competing in Tier 1, the second-place team automatically earns promotion. Under coach Wayne Shepherd, Queen's Park has enjoyed a remarkable campaign and can still capture the Division 1 title if they defeat Police by more than 4 goals in their final fixture. The promotion marks the end of a journey that stretches back nearly 3 decades. Queen's Park last competed in top-flight football during the semi-professional era of the late 1990s. Club official Scott Rodriguez described the achievement as the fulfillment of a long-term ambition as Queen's Park now competes at the highest level across several major local sports, reinforcing the club's standing as one of the country's premier sporting institutions. Rajiv Surat, CNC3 Sport.
Well, Trinidad and Tobago swimmer Dylan Carter delivered an impressive performance in the men's 50-meter butterfly final at the Pro Swim Series in Sacramento last night, narrowly missing out on victory. Representing Azura Florida Aquatics, Carter touched the wall in 23.13 seconds to finish second, just 1/100th of a second behind winner Sandro Condorelli of the United States, who captured gold in a 23.12. Well, earlier in the day, Carter had qualified comfortably for the the final after posting one of the fastest times in the preliminaries, continuing his strong form throughout the international meet. The three-time Olympian was among the standout Caribbean performers at the competition and continues to sharpen his sprint events ahead of major international championships later this year. Trinidad and Tobago footballer Rio Cardenas marked a major milestone in his young career today, making his English Premier League debut for Crystal Palace against newly crowned champions Arsenal on the final day of the season. The 20-year-old defender was handed his opportunity at Selhurst Park as Palace closed out their campaign against the Gunners in front of a packed home crowd. Cardenas, who recently signed a new contract with the London club, continues to rise through them with a 2-1 victory thanks to goals from Gabriel Jesus and Maduake. The win confirmed the North London club as champions, finishing 7 points clear at the top of the table before lifting the trophy after the match. Well, that's it for sport. It's back to a break.
Heart disease is the #1 cause of death in Trinidad and Tobago, driven by 2 silent threats, diabetes and high cholesterol. But now there's a powerful ally, introducing Berberine Plus by Asia Nutrition, clinically proven to stabilize blood sugar and keep cholesterol levels in check. With 99.9% pure extract, you get superior absorption and real results. Available now at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide. Berberine Plus. Your heart deserves better.
Get the story first. Want to know what's happening in news, sports, or crime? Get the CNC3 app. As the story breaks, CNC3 is there giving you the story first on your mobile device. Be connected to the most trusted and reliable news source, CNC3. Access your world with just a tap. The CNC3 app. Download it today.
Jamaican-American Democratic Congresswoman Yvette Clarke is urging U.S. President Donald Trump and Secretary of State Marco Rubio to end oil restrictions and sanctions on Cuba. In her letter, Clarke warns the measures are deepening hardship, citing rising infant mortality, food shortages, and worsening living conditions. Now, the appeal comes as the USS Nimitz is deployed in the Caribbean, and the U.S. Department of Justice has unsealed an indictment tied to the 1996 Brothers to the Rescue shootout case involving former Cuban President Raul Castro. Authorities in Washington, D.C. are investigating after Secret Service officers shot and killed a man near the White House. Here's more from CNN.
Yeah, a scary evening here covering the White House Saturday. Members of the White House press corps, we heard what appeared to be gunshots, dozens of gunshots it sounded like, and were rushed into the White House briefing room. That's where we were on lockdown for roughly 40 minutes. Now, as Secret Service told everyone to get inside, to get safe, we have some of those moments of panic. These were captured by photojournalist Joe Wagner as he went to safety as well. We now know that a shooting occurred at 17th and Pennsylvania, not too far from the White House grounds, that the suspect pulled out a weapon and fired at officers. They then returned fire. He was shot, taken to the hospital, and is now dead. Now, a bystander was also shot. It is unclear if that person was wounded by the suspect or by the return fire. President Donald Trump was here at the White House when all of this took place. He was not impacted. We do know that he has been briefed on the situation. Julia Benbrook, CNN, the White House.
Now, Now for a look at tomorrow's weather forecast. The Met Office says generally sunny conditions are expected despite a few cloudy spells with showers at times. Seas are moderate with waves 2 to 2.5 meters in open waters and below 1 meter in sheltered areas. Tomorrow's maximum forecast temperature in Trinidad is 33 degrees Celsius, while Tobago will experience 32 degrees. Well, that brings us to the end of tonight's newscast. I'm Bhavita Gopalchan, and on behalf of the entire team, thank you so much for watching. Have a good night and a great week ahead.
You're watching CNC3.